I don't get the hate leveled at Shujinko, I really don't. One criticism is that he just uses the moves of other characters instead of having his own. Hello? I've never seen this criticism aimed at any other character of this type in fighting games aside from Necrid. There's his insistence on sitting through his prison sentence for years when he could probably escape with no issue, which is fair, but he might view breaking out as dishonourable in some way, and he does voice his disapproval with Damashi's method soon after. There's that his name is just Japanese for protagonist. Even Mavado, one of the most hated characters whose name is one letter away from literally bad man, or Boraicho, which derives from the Spanish word for drunk, do not receive this much criticism for their names when random usage of Asian words for names has pretty much always been a part of MK. And there's that he was supposed to succeed Liu Kang as the hero. Did anyone ever say he was to be the hero going forward, or did they just mean for the one game as ultimately happened? Come on. Then there's the hate he gets for being a 3D era character, but those people don't deserve rights. No, the big criticism the character tends to receive from what I've observed is his supposed naivety. The way Onaga through the guise of Damashi is so easily able to manipulate Shujinko into helping him with his villainous goals. I'd like people to consider the following. Shujinko begins his quest at age 13 according to Ed Boon.
As you will begin the game controlling a character named Shujinko at age 13.
Shujinko has always desired to be a warrior, a hero who can save Earthrealm from the looming threat of Outworld. He plays out fantasies of this in the park with his friends and trains under Master Boraicho. He dreams of having a grand destiny ahead of him, so when this mysterious ball of light appears before him, likely one of the very few non-Earthrealmers he's ever actually encountered, with the most prominent of those being the humanoid Boraicho, and tells him he does indeed have a grand destiny ahead, of course this boy in the first year of his teens buys into it. This is exactly what he's wanted to hear all his life, and Damashi even gives him the power to achieve this grand destiny, which is only going to make him seem more trustworthy to the impressionable youth. The easiest way to manipulate people is to tell them exactly what they want to hear. On top of that, he isn't exactly the same age mentally that he is physically by the time he's claimed the Chaos Realm Kamidogu, which requires him to age unnaturally, which I think would realistically mess with anyone's head. And also consider, how many times have you, as an adult in your 20s, maybe even 30s or later, learned that something you were told during your formative years that you've believed for years or even decades since was wrong? It's quite a shock, right? Shujinko is in the same boat. Damashi found the right person at the right age to manipulate and groom into his perfect agent to facilitate his return and ultimate victory. And even as he grows older and wiser, this is still someone he's trusted and, on some level, looked up to most of his life. And you only need to look at how betrayed people feel when they find out celebrities aren't perfect human beings to see that it's not unreasonable for Shujinko to not seriously doubt Damashi unless he says or does something incredibly sketchy. I recall Shaolin Monk's Liu Kang being compared to Shujinko for his naivety at the time, but at least Shujinko doesn't explicitly know that there's a shapeshifter on the loose around the time the mentor he's known his entire life starts acting strangely. Shujinko isn't a bad character. In fact, he has a ton of potential post-deception as a man who has grown wise through his experiences and seeks to pass that knowledge on to the next generation. Honestly, Blood Code possession aside, the comic was actually on the right track with him. Certainly more so than the 2D era pandering games were with Cassie's MKX ending. My man deserved better. And let's be honest, the fact that he copies other characters' moves would make him a really good choice to add to MK11 with its focus on character customization. How does this game not have Shujinko, Chameleon, or Triborg? What the fuck? If you liked this video, why not subscribe and support me on Patreon like these fine people here? If not, then you're probably a NetherRealm fanboy, so piss off. There is no recommended video this time because there are no good videos on Shujinko on YouTube. So instead, I'm going to recommend the chapters of MK Chronicles that feature Shujinko because, you know, good luck finding good Shujinko content otherwise.